What's going on, everybody? Matt Malatesta here in the VYPE Coach's Corner with Coach James Webster. Grapevine wins the 5A state championship in baseball. Coach, welcome. All right. How do you feel when this guy comes up to a bat and knocks in the winning run to capture a state championship? What's the vibe? I see the big celebration. What are you thinking in that moment?
It's somewhere in between relief and just total euphoria. But it's not something I'd felt before. So, winning up till that point was really pretty cool. But when we saw the ball drop in center field, there's no more chasing.
Right.
So that part of it was kind of weird, but it's overshadowed with we just did it. Like, we just did it. And it's almost hard to understand, to comprehend. Because as coaches, you're always chasing the next one.
And you've been in this game a long time. What was it about this team, and when during the year did you say, hey, this team could be really special?
Well, there were two or three things that happened. Number one, our whole right side of our field, Jarrett Boswell, our second baseman, Jarrett plays first, our second baseman, Peyton Tatum, and then our left fielder, Brady Boozer, one of our pitchers who just won 12 games, Luke Schreier. Those guys were all JV players. And our starting right fielder was Zach Goldstein, and he went from the freshman team to starting on the varsity. So you're looking at that and you're going, we knew who we had coming back, but you just don't know about a guy that played JV the year before. There could be some growing pains. And my gosh, those guys were fantastic. So that was one step that we knew we're not bad. Another one was when JoJo got hurt. And we started Luke Schreier for the last 3 or 4 district games. And Luke was lights out. And then JoJo came back in our second week, a second round of the playoffs, and he actually got beat by Justin Northwest. And we thought, I don't know. I don't know how he's going to be. And then all he did was go complete game shutout of Wichita Falls Rider, complete game shutout of Lubbock Cooper, and in that Cooper series, we shut him out twice, and we didn't throw Dason at all. And we thought, yeah, we got a chance now. We have a real chance. That was number 2. And then kind of kidding and kind of not kidding, when Sammy Kelly started coming to 7 a.m. weights on time. That was the third one. Because we just lost the stress of Sammy going to be late again. So when Sammy started coming on time, we kind of got rolling.
Man, that's what I love about baseball. There's so much inside the dugout type of stuff that nobody knows that kind of can make or break a season. But, just talk about what I love about baseball and coaches, because it would drive you crazy. You've got prom, graduation, spring break. You've got all of this stuff going on, and you have a season going on as well. How do you keep these guys focused for several months during what can be, especially for seniors, the most, busy time of their lives?
Well, and obviously we addressed it, and we addressed it the entire year, because I know every program's got their own issues and timing and calendar, but you just nailed it with prom and graduation and finals and a different practice schedule, because the school schedule is different based on finals, and 2 weeks of summer, and we're still practicing. It rained every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. So we're worried about where we're going to play, where we're going to practice. Sometimes we're inside, sometimes we're in a larger area, sometimes we just hit in the cages. They have to balance quite a bit of things. And I was very impressed with how they did it, from spending the nights in hotels to traveling to handling all the other stuff. Friends texted them congratulations and when do you play and who do you play, and they just balanced that very well to where when it came game time, it was game time, and the other stuff might be distractions during the day, but when it was game time, it was game time for them, and I was really proud of that.
Okay, so you coached a long time in Lubbock. You played at Texas Tech. Then you kind of go into the college game as a director of operations, and then you come back to the high school game. What did you feel like you learned the most while being in the college game?
A couple of things I learned was just the relaxing part of the college game, because you do it so much that you can't be a high and low and high and low and high and low all the time, because you're going to play a road game on Friday night, a Big 12 game, and depending on where you are, you might wake up at 6 the next morning and be at the ballpark at 10:30 for a 1 o'clock game against the same opponent, and then turn around and do the same thing again Sunday. So everything is not as final as it might seem. You're more into trying to win series than you are having to win every game. So that was one thing. And then just being with a couple of other people out of the high school rank, you just pick up on some other things, maybe terminology, some other things like that. And I'm not dogging anybody here, but the college game is built around recruiting. You've got to get the right guys on campus, and then they've got to perform the way you thought they were going to perform. The high school game, we get who we get, and you've got to make them ball players. And so we got to get our hands a little bit more dirty coaching than they do. And it's a totally different lifestyle than the college game, because those guys spend a lot of quality time on the phone. Because if the phone rings, you have to answer it, because that kid may hang up and then call OU or Oklahoma State or Baylor or Texas. And if you miss the phone call and somebody else signs him and he goes, well, I tried to call him, then somebody's going to want to know why you didn't answer the phone. So they spend so much time on the road and a whole lot of family time on the phone. And that's a huge difference. And in turn, we spend more time getting our hands dirty coaching kids.
Wow, that's a great way to put it. So we talk about validation. This upcoming year, practice is going to be a little bit more, not easier, but y'all validated your program by winning a state championship. Not that it was not validated before, but just winning that state title. What does that do to a program?
Well, the bullseye's on us. So it puts the bullseye on you. And one thing I talked about on the bus with them coming back was, you realize no matter where we are, district game, tournament game, if we lose, there's going to be a dog pile. So you better start working for it now and not just think you're going to throw your Grapevine hat out there with the G on it and people are going to go run away. So that part of it, that comes with it. But we talked at the start of the year, we went 4 rounds last year, and we said, we have a chance. We have a chance this year, like a real chance, but you've got to find your own way. And those guys are gone. So you've got to find your own way of doing things, and it'll be the same next year. They're going to have to find their own path and their own way to find success.
Well, man, baseball teaches a lot of life lessons, I tell you that. Well, hey, Coach, congrats on winning it, man. It's awesome. And now you're right. The bullseye is right on y'all's back, because y'all are going to be, you've got a lot of experience now coming back, which is great. Coach, congrats on, let's fit those rings, man. Let's make these rings look really, really good. This is Matt with VYPE. We'll see y'all at the games.